Hey, Toda Yah family at this time. May the peace of Yah come upon you, brothers and sisters. First, I'd like to give due honor to Abba Yah, our creator of heaven and earth, brothers and sisters. That's his name, brothers and sisters, spelled in the modern Hebrew, Abaru language. So, brothers and sisters, this video is very important as well. I'm going to talk much about the Moors, the Moroccans, from Morocco. It's very important, brothers and sisters, and how they ruled Spain from 711 to 1491. It's very important that we cover these things, and it made me think about when I was shooting dice, and one of the main numbers, winning numbers. This could have came from the Moors as well. 7 and 11. The person wrote on the 7 and 11. You know, they want to go to heaven. You know, people used to say things like that in shooting crap dice. Brother and sisters, that terminology and them numbers could have came from the Moors themselves to remind of their conquest when they invaded Spain in Europe, brothers and sisters, in 711. Yes, and became rulers of that land, brothers and sisters. For that time, for 781 years, brothers and sisters, they ruled Spain. Some people say 800 years. Close enough to me. So, brothers, so it's very important. But first, I like to give honor to Yah, our Creator, heaven and earth. May His peace come upon you when you learn to obey Him. So, I need to cover these things, brothers and sisters. It's very important. I'm gonna give you some an encounter I had with a Moorish woman, a Spain and Moorish woman mix. Yes. So I'm gonna cover that first. Let me tell you that. It was in 2010. I was working in and living in Texas, and I got this call to come to this lady's house. So I went to her house to do some work, some repair work, and repair a couple of holes in her ceiling. And so we talked briefly, and she started telling me how she was a mix, you know, and telling me a little bit about what went on in Spain. So I asked her a few questions, and you know, she responded back, and she was and her father is pure European, but her mother was the one that was born into this mixture of a Spaniard and a Moroccan mix. Yeah, see, the Moroccans is dark-skinned people. And we're going to get into some history and bring it to America. So this is very important, brothers, because she was telling me how Europeans was troubled by the Moroccans. They didn't like that at all, brothers and sisters. The one you want to call the Puritans. But Morocco gained respect. And Morocco... And the Moroccans, known as the Moors, the blacker Moors. The Portuguese called them Indian Moors. So keep that word in mind, Indian. That'll make you, bring you to America. But we're going to get into cover that too. Because in talking to this woman, she was sharing with me, you know, and she would let me know, you know, how she loved herself. And I seen her. And I looked at the texture of her skin, and she was spotted. You know, the mixture of red and brown spots, brown eyes. I seen her father. He was an older man, like he was in his 80s, 90s, blue eyes. But she had the heavy mixture of a Moroccan. And they said, according to the information I found, they said the Moroccan is a mixture of Arab descent and Berbers, our brother and sisters, from Morocco, the northern part of the Hamitic land that they call Africa today. That's where they centrally came from. And so in 711, they said the Moors invaded a part of the town called Iberia in 1711 in Spain. and called it Al and Andulus. And they brought a lot of their culture there. Probably all of it, maybe all of it, some of it, most of it. And their religion, Islam. Yes, there was Muslims. There's a Muslim ruled in Iberia until they fall in 1492 in Granada. So keep that in mind, brothers and sisters. So they ruled him, and they taught the people math, science, changed the alphabet system. Even a language, brother and sister, they brought the educational system there with them. They've changed many words and even added the word A-L in many of the names that you see. I should have wrote some of them down, but I didn't. Like alcohol, for one. That's where we get this word, what they call alcohol, what people drink. From the Moors, yes, brothers and sisters. Even to America. So a lot of these words, they incorporated into their system. Into their vocabulary system. In Spain, brothers and sisters, even it reached to America, brothers and sisters, because English name is a mixture of many languages around the world, brothers and sisters. That's why a lot of people hate it. And that's what invading nations do. Change the whole system. They taught the European people so much. So much, brothers and sisters. So much. And I was talking with this lady. And you could see the mixture of culture inside of her. And she didn't care what her father heard and how he thinks. Because she said she loved her people, but everybody wasn't like that. The one that was pure European did not like that, the invading. That's why they came together and eventually got the Moors up out of there. But they retained a lot of the culture, a lot of ways of the Moors, the Moroccans, the Muslims. That's what they call it, interchangeable Muslim, Moors. That's why you see a lot of brothers today. A lot of these brothers is not Abaru people, what they call Hebrew. Even you can look at the names. Even you can look at the name of the man, the chief invader that was from Morocco, the Moors, Muslim, Tariq. Many people carry that name, but front like they are Abaru people, brothers and sisters. But they not. They take on the culture of the Moors. But they front like they are Abaru people of the chosen people of the book. But further from the truth, these people was rich. Filthy rich. If you go on a land and be there for almost 800 years, you could change a whole society. You could bring forth a whole generation of looking people that look different from when you first got there. From your mixture of you and them, bringing a whole new breed after 800 years, brothers and sisters. That what took place there. That what took place in America. That what took place in South America. You got to understand these things, brothers and sisters. They said the Moors brought the compass from China and introduced it to the Spaniards, the European people. The Moors knew the navigation of the sea. They taught the European people just about all the things they know. That's why the Pope even wear red shoes today. The Moors at one time was highly respected. And tell them how much respect they still carry with the European people. Even in America, they made treaties in America. Yes, I'm going to cover that. Because it's very important that you know these things about this history of America. Because they said the first president was a man named John Hanson. He was a senator, a Moor, a black Moor, a Moroccan. You got to know that. Before George Washington, see, this the catch. This is what you got to understand about why George Washington was the first president of the Constitution as it stands today. See, the Constitution got changed. See, the first Constitution, which is the first law system, basically, the first system they had set up, the first president of that system, of the old system, was a brown man, what they call a black man, was a Moor. That's what you got to understand. While the new system, the first that's why they don't acknowledge that the old system. Right now they only acknowledge and talks about the new system. And now they're going to change it again into a one-world order system. They're going to, like they say, they're going to suspend the Constitution. That's what many people claim. It doesn't even matter to me what they do with their own system. But the first president, it said George Washington was the first president of the Constitution as it stands today. It said the article of Confederation. It said George Washington, okay, 1 year term. Okay, no, under the Confederation, it said, okay, the Article of Federation. I got 1619. Okay, I had that there for another reason. But it said the Article of Confederation, the Constitution. It said the new country was actually formed March the 1st or March the 2nd, I can't really read, 1781. It's an Article of Confederation. So keep that in mind. In the beginning, the president had a 1 year term. Brothers and sisters. And they said, and this man, John Hanson, he helped bail, after the war, he helped bail this nation out. This man was rich. He was a Moor. The Moors was filthy rich. Even, that's why I call this, the Moors love white woman, European woman. Even after they was, they failed, they still had it where they could receive 100 women. Yes, European women. For 100 years, to something to that effect, 10 years, 100 years, I forgot to count, but nevertheless, it was 100 virgins. They was in love, captivated by the European woman. And still is today, brothers and sisters. This is a fact. I'm just showing the banner of Yah, because that's who we represent as an Abaru nation. So keep that in that mind, that AL. I see a lot of brothers hooking that at the end. See, a lot of these brothers are not of Yah. They don't represent Yah, brothers and sisters. They more funny, like they are Abaru people. You got to watch all these things. That's why you got to even know their history. The better you know your enemy history, brothers and sisters. Yes, the Moors had a lot to do with us being in captives too, brothers and sisters. They helped aid the European people. But the European people turned on them. That's what they didn't like. How much respect they still, the European still people got with them. That's why they know the law system that well. They taught the European people these things. But the European people turned on them. Because the European people knew how the Moors, the Moroccans, ruled Spain, Europe. Some people said they ruled Europe. They knew the continent. They were the ones here first. They the one who helped show the European people how to get here. Why do you think they could set up the first president under their first constitution? was a Moor himself. Think about that, brothers and sisters. Them dark brothers back then, not even brother, them dark Moroccans, Indian Moors, Portuguese called them. Our brother and sister had weight. Yes. They ruled, showing you they had nothing to do with the curses. Them brothers, and I hate to keep saying brothers, but they had skill. They had knowledge. The knowledge of the ways of this earth. They said they introduced the European people to paper. They said majority of the European people was illiterate. They taught these people many things, brothers and sisters. But the European people turned on them. But that's why the Moors know the system and how to maneuver around the system so well. Because most likely they wrote the system. It only been modified a little bit. It haven't changed that much, brothers and sisters. If you go to some of these sites, I'm not telling you, but if you do venture to some of these sites, you hear the things they say. They so arrogant. They think they know more than the Creator, but they don't. See, that's why they got punished too. Because what they done to us, helping the European people. But now they try to pretend they us, because the European people turn around and start calling them black, colored, African Americans, Negroes as well. Why do you think they got the secret 7? The circle with the 7 in the middle. I see why they say 7-11. It was on my mind to do this video, and that was on my mind about 7-11. Now I see I associate with 70 and 11. It's like a reminder. In 7-11, their nation conquers the European people. In Spain. You think the European people love that? What the Puritans love that? Even secretly, that's why even in 1452, the Pope brought that same Islam religion into infiltrated Africa. The Moors did it first. They came right in with this and with Christianity as well. Even a lot of Christians converted to Islam when the Moors took over. Brothers and sisters. These are the facts I'm giving to you, brothers and sisters. If I'm off a little bit, it's because of whoever put this information on the internet is off. I'm giving you what I read. I'm telling you what this sister as well, not sister, take it back. But this lady house I was working at was telling me. And she was telling me how the European women, Spanish women, love the Moroccans, the Moors, the dark ones, for sex. And the European man hated it because they weren't compatible. So they did. Then they start demonizing the Moors. They start calling them Negro. And making fun of, and then the tide eventually started turning. See, this a lot of things went on in Europe to get on the Spaniards expelled, not the Spaniards, but the Moors expelled from that land. They found a way, but they done it. In America, they came over here and done it. Brothers and sisters, yes. I want to put it past a lot of the ones they call Indians is nothing but Moors themselves. A lot of them. Probably not all of them. But if this is true, the Moors are the Arabs and part Barbers. They could be from the sea line, and that's why they could talk about Hebrew. They part Hebrew as well, Abrus as well. But they're not the chosen one. They're not Abu Yashael Yah, what they call Israelites. They're not from the sea line of Yaakov. See, because Abraham had many sons. And somewhere down the line, they can be part of Abraham's seed as sons. That the father, remember what Abraham told him? Ishmael will be blessed too. And have so many kings come from them. Keep that in mind, brothers and sisters. So they could be Abaru people too. Which is the term the Hebrew. When you say Hebrew, that derived from the word Abaru, the ones who cross over. So keep that in mind. And these people love to cross over into many people's lands and take it. Things that Yah forbidden. Even the covenant, even the oath that Noah made with his 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, not to go over into your brother territory and take it. Who do these things today? The European people love to do this. The Arabs love to do this. The main 2 ones, supposed to be part of the brotherhood, violate the laws of Yah. Violate the oath that Noah made with his son. Read the book of, they call it Jubilee. Noah made an oath with them not to go into your brother territory and take their land. Who do that today? And bold and cocky. The Arabs, known as the Arabs, known as the Moors, the Moroccans. But they're not doing it to that strong degree like they once did. Like they was they were the top dog in 7-11. Then right after them, European people rose up. See, with that same philosophy, teaching, they taught the European people this stuff. They taught them from illiterate to be literate. They taught them culture. They brought food to them. Or they introduced them to peaches, oranges. European people didn't know about all these things. They taught them how to cultivate. They taught them the arts of this world. Yes, the Moroccans did this. The ones they call Arabs and Berbers from North Morocco. Moroccans. Brothers and sisters. This is the fact of history, brothers and sisters. Why you think a man would have on purple and white? And and they have on some red shoes. All of this come from the Moors, brothers and sisters. I shared this with you. I didn't intend to make this video too long, brothers and sisters, but it's very important. And the lady was telling me these things, and I was just listening to her. And she was telling me, the infighting of the European people, the hatred of the European people towards what was going on in Spain at the time. And what they wanted to get the Moors out of it. And they found a way, and they did it, brothers and sisters. Yes, so the first U.S. president, John Hanson, senator, yes. That was before the new Constitution was drawn up. So keep that in mind. But under the new Constitution, what they have today on the books that they're working on to eliminate the European people was George Washington. So keep that in mind. So know the difference, brothers and sisters. So it won't be no arguments. See, when the law changed, when it was old system, they said that's the old system. They don't count them first 8 or 9 presidents. Because them the first 8, 9 president was under that rule. Under that constitution. But the new constitution, which is the modern day constitution, the first president was that of the United States of America. The corporation was George Washington. So now you understand that, for those who don't understand, you do your homework, then you'll see that this is facts according to the information that is out there. So don't get the two twisted. Understand, know the history, know that it was 2 different constitutions. So keep that in mind. That many people know today, and the talk going out, they want to suspend the Constitution to bring in this one world order. The military state. So keep that in mind, brothers and sisters. It's very important to know these things. It's very important to know the history, the past of the Moors, the Moroccans, our brothers and sisters, Arabs, and Barbers. It's very important to know that history about them, bro. You got to know the people and the people that try to play you. You got to know who you are. Just like the people that call the Khazars, the Edomites, the Sephardims, and the Ashkenazims, the Jews over there in the land they call Israel today, acting like they are the Yahudim people, the chosen people of Yah. Even the Moroccans say they are. The Moors. They'll tell you quick, oh, we Hebrew Israelites. But that's further from truth. Yes, they could be Hebrew, but they're not the Israelites. They're not Yasha, Yah, and Yada. By no means, brothers and sisters. They don't even have the same spirit. That's why them are the ones that will tell you quick, this land is ours. This is our continent. We've been here first. We've been here all the time. We're the Aboriginals. We are the native people. Yes, they're the native Hebrews, but they're not the native Hebrew, the Abaru. Yasha, Yah, upright strength with Yah. They don't serve Yah. Some of them might even mention Yah to bring deception on you, to try to win you over, to come to fight with them and expel the European people. The one they showing how to get here. See, European people did not keep them treaties with them, brothers and sisters. But the Moors know the treaty. Even have their name, their ancestor name tied to it. The original one. Then the one they always trying to get the European people to go back and refer to and uphold, to keep, to acknowledge. So they can acknowledge their rights and their privileges. Not their privileges. Their right to be a free man. Why do you think they're going around calling themselves free man? To acknowledge the treaty that the ancestors, the Moroccans, made with the European people, the English people, the Portuguese people. They try to get them to acknowledge the first treaty, brothers and sisters, that they made. But no treaty got nothing to do with us. Because they brought the Abaru, Yasha, Yah, the nation of Yada, here by captive force, and called it 3/5 of a being. The Moroccans did not stand up for us. They was all with that treaty. Every treaty they made in America with the European people, they was in agreement with the European people against us. These are the facts. Because you can't find one document they was for us. But when the European people turned on them and treated them just like us, they hated it. That was their punishment y'all put on them. Because what they done to their closest kin. Y'all did this, Moroccan. Be yourself and don't be us. And be honest. And y'all may forgive you. You should have been helping us in the beginning, but you didn't. It was out of greed. It was out of the riches of the land. Because y'all was going out conquering the land, disobeying Yah. Disobeying the treaty that was made from Noah and his 3 sons, brother, and the 3 sons' children. Not to go in to your brother land and take it. That's what y'all went out doing, conquering with Islam. These are the facts of history and time. These things will come back and bite each and every one of you. They're going to come back and get the European people as well. These are the facts. The table is turning as I speak. Right? This knowledge, we're going to resurface of the truth. The history. What everyone done. What everyone boundary they crossed that was illegal. Forbidden. By oath. From Yah to the ancestors that was on earth first. These are the facts of life, brothers and sisters. And one day, everybody's going to go back into the proper place where they belong, brothers and sisters, by the will of Yah. With that, I say, Todah Yah.